All right, good morning. Thank you all for coming. The reason we've called this news conference today is to announce the arrest of an individual in connection with a stabbing and a fatal traffic collision involving a pedestrian in December of 2016. I'm Sergeant Derek Green with the Burbank Police Department.
Spell it, sir, please.
D-E-R-E-K-G-R-E-E-N.
Thank you, sir.
On the evening of December 9th, 2016, Rodolfo Tan, a 52-year-old resident of Burbank, was walking along the sidewalk in the area of Olive and San Fernando in the downtown Burbank area. Around that time, a vehicle traveled up onto the sidewalk and struck Mr. Tan, trapping him underneath the car. Mr. Tan was transported to a local hospital, but unfortunately died as a result of his injuries. It was learned that the driver of the van had suffered a stab wound to the chest in an altercation that occurred moments earlier. A crime scene was found on Palm Avenue between Glen Oaks Boulevard and 3rd Street, and a criminal investigation was launched. Detectives from the Burbank Police Department have since identified the suspect responsible for the stabbing. He is identified as Harushan Stepanian, a 25-year-old male out of Glendale. The victim to the stabbing underwent emergency surgery and survived the attack. On March 6, 2017, the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office reviewed this case and filed one count each of murder for the death of Rodolfo Tan and attempted murder for the stabbing of the minivan driver against Mr. Harushan Stepanian. An arrest warrant was obtained, and on March 7th, 2017, members of the Tri-City San Gabriel Valley AB 109 Task Force, as well as the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force, received information that Mr. Stepanian was in a restaurant in the city of Glendale. They initiated a surveillance and within a relatively short period of time, made contact with Mr. Stepanian and placed him under arrest. He is currently being held in custody with his bail set at $3,075,000. He is due in court later today. The investigation thus far and the judicial system going forward are the first steps in bringing closure to the family of Mr. Tan for what truly was a tragic night. At this time, I'll open it up for any questions that you may have.
Do you guys have any insight into what led to the initial attack and stabbing?
It appears the motive was a road rage incident that began several blocks away.
How does somebody driving get stabbed if it's between cars, or maybe I'm not thinking of it right?
The individuals were outside of the car when this incident took place.
So we can assume that in terms of the road rage, there was an altercation. They pulled over, or did the attacker block his victim and pull him over, and they got out and had an argument, and then the victim got stabbed? Is that pretty much?
What I can tell you is the altercation took place adjacent to the police department and was captured on video surveillance cameras nearby. It does show both occupants outside of their vehicles engaged in some type of verbal confrontation, which turned physical.
And what helped you close in on the attacker?
At this point, the investigation is ongoing, and we're not going to release information on what exactly led us to the suspect's identity and his location.
And are you releasing a muggie of this individual?
We will not be releasing a booking photo of the suspect at this time.
And he will be in court in where, downtown LA, or?
He actually will appear in court in Pasadena, which is where the case was filed.
Okay. Superior courts there, I mean, criminal courts, where exactly?
Yes, sir. The exact address is escaping me. I think it's 300 East Walnut in the city of Pasadena.
Okay, and we do not, do you know about what time? Is this going to happen this afternoon, or?
I don't know what time his arraignment is scheduled for. It all depends on the court calendar.
But it appears that it is going to be today.
Yes.
Okay.
Is the other driver that was stabbed going to be charged with anything because he also engaged in this altercation?
At this time, no charges have been filed against the driver of the minivan, and aside from being a victim, he's also considered a witness to this incident.
Sergeant, do you happen to have a courtroom number at the Burbank courthouse?
It's not. It's
Pasadena.
Pasadena.
I do not, I'm sorry.
All right, thank you.
And the surveillance video, you're not gonna release?
That will not be released.
Okay, so we're not gonna get a booking photo and we're not gonna get surveillance video.
Not at this time, no.
Well, all right then.
All right, if there are no other questions, I will leave a stack of the press release, which will be disseminated to the media and the public this afternoon. And I can be reached at the contact information below if there are any additional questions. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.